Atoms and subatomic particles. All matters are made up of atoms. Atoms are very tiny particles. They are made of a central nucleus and electrons which orbit the nucleus in energy shells. So what are the subatomic particles and what are their relative charges? Atoms have a radius of zero point 0.1 angstrom, where an angstrom is 1 to 1 over 10 to the power 10 of a meter, which is very tiny. The nucleus is can be found in the middle of an atom, and the radius of the nucleus is 1 over 10,000 of the radius of the whole atom. So the radius of the nucleus is very tiny compared to the whole volume or the whole radius of an atom. The nucleus contains two subatomic particles. These are the protons and the neutrons. The protons have a relative mass of 1 compared to the other subatomic particles, and they have a relative charge of +1. Each proton has a +1 charge. And then we have the neutrons also inside the nucleus. The neutrons have some relative mass of 1 as well, so equal to the protons, and their relative charge is 0. They are uncharged or neutral particles. The whole mass of an atom is concentrated in the nucleus. And then we have the electrons. The electrons will move around the nucleus in shells, and each electron have a relative charge of -1, and their relative mass is very, very small compared to the protons and neutrons. They are almost completely neglected, so this is why the whole mass of the atom is concentrated in the nucleus. The volume of the orbits of the electrons will determine the size of the atom, because most of the size of the atom is due to the orbits of the electrons. The number of protons inside the nucleus of an atom equal the number of electrons. This is why atoms are basically neutral, because the positive charge inside the nucleus will equal the negative charge that orbit the nucleus, so they will cancel each other out, so atoms are neutral. However, ions are charged because ions will come from the loss of electrons or gaining of electrons, which means now the number of protons will not equal the number of protons. So ions are charged. They have a charge of either plus or minus. They are either negatively charged or positively charged. There are two types of numbers that distinguish each atom, which are the atomic number and the mass number. Atomic number is the number of protons in the atom, which equals the number of electrons in case of uncharged atom. And then we have the mass number. The mass number is the total number of protons and neutrons. The number of neutrons then can be found if we subtract the number of the atomic number from the mass number, because the mass number is the total of proton and neutrons, and the atomic number is only the number of protons in the atom. The nuclear symbol of an atom can give you both the atomic number and the mass number. So if we have an atom like sodium, we're going to find the atomic number at the bottom left of the symbol of an atom. This is the atomic number, which is 11 in case of sodium, which means the sodium has 11 protons and has 11 electrons orbiting the nucleus. The mass number can be found at the top left of the sample, which means that the sodium will contain a total of 23 protons and neutrons. So we can find the number of neutrons if we subtract 23 minus 11, which means 12 neutrons overall in